Namaste, my friends. Welcome to Shima Flow Yoga. I'm Jody, and today is our second video from our 8-part series, Energizing Yoga, a journey through the chakras. Today we are focusing on the second chakra, Svadhisthana chakra, which is located right below the navel. And this chakra connects to our creative side, pleasure, emotions, and desire. So let's practice with an open heart and an open mind and take this journey together. Grab your yoga mat and let's find your happy place. Okay, so we are going to get started in a reclined position. Again, we'll be here just for a couple minutes. So if you want to grab a blanket or a pillow to rest your head upon, you can do that. And if you want to listen to music, follow me on Spotify, Shima Flow Yoga. If you've been following me on Spotify already, we've created a new name for our Spotify channel. So just look it up, Shima Flow Yoga, and you can follow along. The playlist will be called Chakra Journey Day 2. Okay, so let's relax back, and we're going to find a comfortable position on your back. Okay, so you can either extend your legs out, you can cross your legs, whatever feels comfortable in your body. And then just place your right hand right below your navel and your left hand on top of it. And this is the location of your second chakra. So Svadhisthana chakra translates to the dwelling place of the self. This chakra is orange, or a burnt orange in color, and the element is water. So what I love about this chakra is it enables you to go with the flow in any situation that you're in. This is your passion and pleasure center. It allows you to experience your life through pleasure and sensation. It connects with sensuality, intimacy, and connection. We'll just take a moment to visualize the orange light glowing throughout this area below your navel. And then repeat the mantra, I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. So when this chakra is imbalanced, you might have a fear of happiness or of pleasure, a lack of creativity. You could experience depression, muscle tension, or even self-sabotage. And when it's balanced, you're open about your feelings. You live your authentic self without fear. You are who you are. And again, able to go with the flow. Let's go ahead and slide the feet, soles of the feet together, and open the knees out to the side. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. So our second chakra also is connected to the hips and the lower back. So we'll be focusing on some hip opening poses in this practice today. And in our hips, we tend to hold a lot of emotions and thoughts. So don't be alarmed if you start to experience different emotions arise through this practice. So in addition to repeating the mantra, to yourself, I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. Also, to balance this chakras, to be creative and respect your body. If you're holding tension right now in your hips, see if you can let go. And if it's too intense, the sensation, just slide your feet a little bit further away from your hips. If you, on the other hand, if you want more, right, slide those feet in closer to your hips. I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. Okay, let's slowly bring the knees together. And then we're going to make our way up into a tabletop position. So bring yourself up there the easiest way it is for you to move in your body. So coming onto your hands and knees. When you come onto the hands and knees, wrists come under the shoulders. We just want this stacking, so we've got this nice support here. Fingers spread wide, knees under your hips. We're going to do a few cat-cows, warm up the spine. So we're going to inhale, lift up through the heart in the tailbone, press away through the hands. Pull the belly in, exhale round into a cat pose. Navel to spine, press away, stretch through the back body. Inhale, lift again. Take the gaze up. And exhale round. Inhale. Do this a couple more times. Move at your own pace. Just follow the breath. One breath, one movement. Good. Let's sit back on the heels, stretch the arms out. And then rise up to downward facing dog. So come onto your knees, tuck your toes under, lift the knees and hips up, press away through your hands. Hips are high, heels press down. Good. Let's take the right leg up. As you inhale, now exhale, we're going to draw the knee in and drop it right behind the right wrist. Sweep the right foot over and then lower that left leg down. We're going to lower down into pigeon pose. So this position, you guys are going to open up the hips and just encourage you to move around a little bit in your body. So maybe shift your weight over to your right hip and then over to the left and see where you can feel the deepest sensation in your body. If you want more sensation also, you can start to walk your foot away from that hip so that the shin is starting to become parallel to the top of the mat. So you decide what works best. Also, you can use, if you have a block, or you can roll up your blanket and place it underneath the right hip if you need a little bit more support. Okay, so just finding what's going to work for you. And let's just hold this here. Relax down. Resting your forehead on the mat, stacking your fists, or even placing it under a block. Focus in on that area below the navel. And that bright light, right, that burnt orange color glowing, surrounding the hips and the lower back. And then let's come up on the hands. You're going to tuck the left toe under, come back to downward facing dog. And then lift the right leg up. Let's step it all the way through between the hands. Okay, we're going to spin the back foot flat on the mat. We're going to inhale, rise up to reverse warrior. Okay, so your right knee is bent. You're going to sweep the right arm up and just rest your left hand very gently on that back leg, or you can wrap it around your back, grabbing onto the top of your thigh. Let's stretch up through the side body. Good, and open up. So you can take your gaze up to your hand. You can look down towards your back foot. Just find a comfortable position for your neck and gaze on a non-moving object. Keep pressing the knee out towards your pinky toe to open up through your hip just a little bit more. Coming back to your breath. Drawing your attention back to that area right below the navel. Good. Let's take one more breath in. And then exhale, release. Okay, so we're going to turn now towards the front of the mat. Okay, and come onto that back heel and give ourselves a push. We're going to balance on this right leg and come into dancer's pose or Natarajasana. So take your hand, turn the palm up, grab the inside of your foot. Okay, eyes should be steady here for balance. Sweep your right arm up. Now bend at your hip as you lift your back knee up. Keep your heart lifted. Notice this nice stretch, the front of your hip. Hold and breathe. Steady with your gaze. One more breath in. Now exhale, we're going to release. We're going to turn back out, face the left side of your mat. Bring your feet wide and bend your knees. Let's bring the hands to the heart into a goddess squat. Hold right here. Now as you're in this squat, turn your toes out. Try to bring your knees over your ankle and just almost like you're pressing outward towards your toes to really get that nice deep sensation through your hips. And maybe close your eyes here if it doesn't affect your balance. Find your breath. Good. Let's take one more breath in. And then exhale, we're going to release. Straighten the legs. We're going to fold back over to the front of the mat and step back into downward facing dog. So we're going to repeat the same sequence on the left side. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Drop your knee behind the wrist. Sweep the foot over to the right. Slide your right leg back. Okay. Start to lower down. And again, you can even come down onto a block if you have a pillow too, right? Just bringing your forearms down here to give yourself a little bit of support so that you don't have so much tension going on through your upper body trying to support yourself. Okay, we're going to lower down. And then here, let's just sway the hips side to side a little bit and see what is going on through our body, through our hips, finding that point of deepest sensation, so the deepest expression of the pose. If you need to walk the foot away from your hip a little bit to bring that shin more parallel to the front of the mat, go ahead and do that. And then just rest your forehead on something supportive if you can. So just continuously lengthening to see how can I get a little bit deeper? How can I feel a little bit more? Good. Try to move your heart towards your front of your mat just a little bit. See if that creates a little bit more feeling, a little more depth. Okay, we're going to rise back up onto the hands and let's step back into downward facing dog. And then lift the left leg up. And let's step it between the hands. We're going to spin the back foot flat. Again, come to reverse warrior, Viparita, Virabhadrasana. We stand up, left knees bent, left arm reaches, left side stretches, right arm relaxes. Good, tuning in. I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. Continuously repeating this mantra to balance, to open those creative juices, to allow yourself to express yourself, to be vulnerable, to be authentic. To let your inner beauty shine out to the world. Let's take a deep breath in and then exhale, release. Okay, we're going to turn again, face the front of the room, tuck the back toes under, give yourself a little push as we come into balance. We're going to stand on this left leg. Turn the palm out, grab the inside of the foot. Okay, and then start to hinge forward. Lift the back knee up, lift the left arm up into dancers, Natarajasana. Good, kicking that foot away, feeling the stretch through the hip flexor, through the front of your thigh. Balancing, steady mind. Steady eyes, actually, equals a steady mind, right? So keep that gaze still. The mind will remain still. One more breath in. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and step that right leg all the way out to the right. You're going to bend the knees, coming into the goddess squat, right? Bring your hands to your heart. Toes turn out, knees over your ankles. Press the inside of your knees outward, like you're trying to open your knees over your pinky toes. And it's just that direction. We're not literally going to take our knees over our pinky toes, but it's just moving in that direction so we can deepen and heighten the sensation through the hips. See if you can relax your toes. If you're really gripping onto the toes, just relax. Find balance throughout the four corners of your feet. Good. And take one more breath in. Let's rise up. And then exhale, turn to face the front and come back to downward facing dog. Good. And then drop your knees. Okay, sit back on your heels. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit deeper into our hips, into a pose called Vaikasana, or frog pose. And I always like to get a little extra padding because it does put a little bit of pressure on your knees when you come into this pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to come on to the hands and knees. And from here, you're going to open your knees as wide as you can. Okay, sliding open. Then you're going to take your ankles and bring them out just as wide as your knees, and then lower down onto your forearms. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to press into your forearms, start to shift your hips back. Okay, and then maybe rest your forehead down. Just going to hold this. And tuning in, and the orange light, the flow of water, right? Being able to go with the flow in any situation. So when you are out there in your life, right, where it really counts, living your life, at home, at work, we face challenges, right? Definitely. Every day some type of challenge can pop up. So when we're in balance with our second chakra, we can face these challenges with ease, right? Because we're able to just go with the flow. So maybe accepting change, being open. And move the hips back towards the feet just a little bit more. Notice that, ooh, deep sensation through those hips. Good. Take one more breath in. Slowly start to release out of the pose. And just come out the easiest way it is for you. There's a lot of different ways you can come out, so just kind of figure out how you're going to come out of this pose because it can be pretty intense. Okay. And then let's go ahead and draw the knees back in together and come into a reclined position. Okay. So let's come back and let's roll onto our left side, okay? Left side of the body. And you're going to reach your arm above your head, Okay, and then take your foot, left foot, so the bottom leg behind you, and grab onto it with your right hand, and then just kick your right leg out in front of you. And as you lower back, just start to open your heart up towards the ceiling. Maybe take your gaze over to the right. So a nice twist, gentle back bend. You can feel that stretch through the left hip flexor. One of my favorite postures of all time. Good. Again, tuning in, being present, focusing on the energy of our second chakra. Okay, one more breath in. Slowly release. Roll onto your back. Now we're going to take it right over onto the right side. Do the same thing here. So reach your right arm up above your head. Bend the right knee. So we're going to grab that right foot with the left hand. Sweep your left leg out in front of you. And then start to open your heart up towards the sky. Take your gaze over to the left. And just notice. Good. Coming back to your mantra, I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. Okay, slowly start to release out. We're going to come on to our back again. And just draw your knees into your chest. Rock side to side a couple times. Good. Breathe in, hug the knees into your chest. And then exhale, release your feet to the corners of the mat. We're moving into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Start to relax in your body. Okay, let's start to bring a little movement in. An awareness of your surroundings. Now let's keep our eyes closed as we come up to a seated position. You can stay here in Shavasana as long as you want. Otherwise, bend your knees and let's roll over to one side or the other, and then come up to your seated position. So we're going to finally bring this chakra into balance through a breath called Ida Nadi. It's left nostril breathing. So you're just going to take your right fingers, your thumb, whichever feels more comfortable, and close off the right nostril. And then breathe in and out of your left nostril. We're going to try and do about 8 to 10 breaths. So take deep breaths in and exhale fully. Continue on at your own pace. Good. Then releasing out. Again, repeating the mantra to yourself. Let's bring the hands to your heart. I feel pleasure and abundance with every breath I take. Let's take one more breath in together as we sweep the arms above the head. And exhale, guide them back to the heart. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, you guys. You did a great job today. You know, if you're ever feeling those feelings of unhappiness or displeasure, if you're stuck creatively, come back and revisit this video and allow your second chakra to open and to blossom. You guys are awesome and you deserve to feel the very best that you can. So if you like this video, press the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel, Shima Flow Yoga. And stay tuned for my next video where we're going to focus on the third chakra of the series. It's Manipura chakra, and it's located right behind the navel. This chakra is our power center, and it gives us our determination and drive in life. So have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Namaste.